I looked it up, and Dreamcast did come out in September 1999. So supposedly, like, I guess that means that the first Christmas in Colorado, theoretically, like, which they have to pack in a bunch of Christmases into 1 year for us because, like, certain people have their ages changed, and they have to have enough Christmases. And so that's why we don't really get our own presents. We a lot of the time get one with someone else. Like my brother gets a video game console which I don't know what happened to because it was his, but it was for me for Christmas. But that was supposedly in 1999. But like in 1999, supposedly, or like in my mind, I had run away from home. I was living in the trailer park. I was playing Tony Hawk Pro Skater every day. That's all I did was play Tony Hawk Pro Skater. I love that game. I was playing PlayStation, I think. Like actual PlayStation or PlayStation 2. I think I was playing Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2. And I was at the trailer park in Monument. And I was hanging out at the bowling alley. And I was at Ed's trailer. And I played video games. And so like I wouldn't have asked for a Dreamcast with a gun, which had House of the Dead 2, which I really did like that game. So that's why like I don't like, but I do know that it was actually 2003 anyways, and that like they were very strategic in choosing, like especially my presents. Like I do know like every Christmas they always give it like I've like literally been given a Nintendo, a Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64, Dreamcast. Like I don't think I had really had handhelds, but I did have like I think I had some sort of handheld once. But like I generally didn't play those video games. My parents wouldn't let me get them. But I never got an Xbox. I never got a PlayStation. I think my roommate had a PlayStation, or had an Xbox too. And then this guy had a PlayStation at his trailer. And so like I would have like ran away from home. I was living in the trailer. I came home, got the Dreamcast, ran away from home again and didn't play the Dreamcast. And then like I was in Colorado Springs for the new millennium, like we were doing Ecstasy. And then I moved to Texas right after that. And then but then my brother didn't move with us, so he must have taken the Dreamcast. Yeah, I mean the times don't make sense. Like it's crazy to think about packing in that many Christmases into a very short life, very early. Because like when you're very early, like you don't have a sense of time. Like I know it's been a while since Christmas. So well, of course it's Christmas. I mean, yes, it's Christmas. Of course it's Christmas. So I have this song I wanted to talk about real quick, "Burning the Throne." I think it was originally by Vinox 7, and then it became by Crystal Streets. I'm Glass Roads, and when I produce music myself, I'm Crystal Streets when someone else is producing it. I'm a rapper, and so I was at like Hemingway's, and like I thought someone gave me acid in my drink. And that's a place in San Antonio. I thought the bartender did there, and I was kind of like at that time I was like I didn't want people to drug me. I didn't want someone giving me drugs without my knowledge. Like I knew they were drug dealers, and and that's how I wrote that song. And then I think like they didn't like what I was saying in my song, and so they tried to like mess it up later in the song because like they can speak through me, and also so what I'm trying to say is like do they still drug me? Like have I? When was that the last time I got drugged without my permission? I think it was. Like I never get drugged. So that's why, like, when I say I don't have hallucinations, I don't have hallucinations. Like I was at the bar, I was drinking, like I think I went and played music there as Glass Roads, and like no one was there at all. And then like I think I start tripping a little bit, and I guess I didn't realize how old I was back then. And so it's one of those things you just like you have to clarify because you're mentally ill. Like, do I think people drug me anymore? No, but they used to, like very, very long time ago, and that was when it kind of ended. I would like suddenly feel like I was tripping a little bit. Like I used to think my mom was drugging me. Like I was always like trying to figure out like how like she was drugging me because like I was very confused by it. because I couldn't figure out like how I was tripping sometimes. And then I started complaining about it in my music, and like I stopped tripping. But for a lot of the songs, like when I was writing a lot of my Glass Roads and Crystal Streets music, like when I was writing a lot of the songs by Glass Roads and Crystal Streets, sorry if the buzzer was going off, I was like, I was hallucinating and I didn't know how. I just want to clarify this because like I didn't really explain Christmases very much. So I would have theoretically moved to Colorado when I was like 12-ish, which is 1997, right? So I would need to have Christmas in Colorado, yeah, like in 97, 98, 99. And then in 2000, pardon me, I would be doing Christmas in Texas or in Mexico. No, I wouldn't. I'd be doing Christmas in Texas. So I would have gotten a snowboard and then this Dreamcast and then something else because I had run away from home. I was living at the trailer park. I was playing Tony Hawk Pro Skater all the time. I didn't like my brother. My brother was beating me up too much. And like my mom had to call the police because my brother was hurting me. And then like I ran away from home, and then when I was living there, I came home for Christmas real quick just to basically get a present. I don't remember what that present was, but I know that was around my birthday because there are other holidays. Like I don't know what all I got, but I do know that one Christmas I got a Dreamcast, and then the other Christmas I got a snowboard because I couldn't believe the snowboard is what I got because it was just too expensive. Like there's no way we could afford that, is how it was. And so I don't know what I got for the third one. So, but like this supposedly came out in 1999. So that would have been like I ran away from home. I'm playing Tony Hawk Pro Skater. I come home and I play the game once. I share it with my brother. I leave that same day and I go back to the trailer park. And then like I am hanging out and then we do Ecstasy on New Year's of 2000. And that confirms that I'm an adult. And I'm like living on the street or whatever. I'm a gang member, I think. I ruined my life. And then in March, I get sent to Mexico where I get rehabilitated and I find Jesus again. And Jesus makes me good. But actually fear makes me good because I don't want them to do that to me again. But really, like I have no idea how long I was anywhere ever because I'm really confused about like how you can move time that fast. But the only thing that makes sense is that I was 5. And like a 5-year-old like does not grasp time if you're constantly moving time very fast. Like, I mean, like I had Christmases before. I had a BB gun once, but generally it was like I got a regular Nintendo, I got a Super Nintendo, I got a Nintendo 64, I got a Dreamcast. I don't know what all I got. Like that's just kind of what we did. Is we always got my brother and I always got a video game system, like the two of us. So I've been talking about this situation when I was a very small child who thought he was an adult, in which I like ran away from home because like my brother was hurting me all the time and my brother's friends were hurting me, and it was pretty bad at one point. Like he headbutted me in the face and knocked me unconscious, and like I like had like the most destroyed face. And but really I was afraid of my dad because my dad beat up my brother so bad, and my dad would like spank me pretty bad pretty often. And my dad like got mad and like he like picked up like a grate like on a stove, like for a gas stove, like you could pick up the individual section of it, and he like acted like he was gonna hit me with it. And he chased after me, and I ran away. And so I was like. So like I kind of viewed it as me being afraid of my dad, but everyone thought that I was like getting abused by my dad, but like my brother was the reason they could see like black eyes and stuff like that. And so my mom called the police about him abusing me because I think that he thought that he could like do anything he wanted because they had taught him like you can rape, like you can do anything. And so like he didn't think that she would call the police, and then he called the police, or she called the police. And like after that, did my brother ever beat me up again? Like him and his friends wrapped me in saran wrap, beat me with brooms, and threw me down a staircase while my arms were wrapped to my side. And this was probably when I was like 6 years old. I don't know, maybe I was 5. but clearly like I didn't know my age. And so like when I remember this situation, which I like got this Dreamcast, and I say it wasn't like before the new year when I like ran away from home. I was living in the trailer park with Ed, and I was playing PlayStation all the time. And like all I ever did was play PlayStation, and but Dreamcast suddenly came out then. And so like what I did was I came home, I received a Dreamcast for Christmas, and I didn't like even play it really. Like I just left that same day. I didn't even stay at my house on Christmas. Like I was gone. Or maybe I like stayed one night on Christmas, but it wasn't even Christmas because I was like living with these people, and then they like I was a 5-year-old, and they're like, "Hey, it's Christmas." And like I called my mom, I was like, this is what's going on. What are you guys doing for Christmas? Because I had run away from home. What are you guys doing for Christmas? Well, yeah, we're having you over for Christmas. And then so like I knew what I wanted for Christmas suddenly, and then I came home for Christmas, but I didn't stay home because I was so afraid of my brother. And so my brother is like that in charge of like my finances now because he's in charge of my mom's finances. My mom's forgot everything that my brother used to do. Like, and like, I mean, like, my brother's best friend was the principal of New Life Church's school, and he killed himself and sent my brother a suicide note. So this picture was taken after I left Colorado, because this was in Colorado where my mom calls the police. Police come, and then I run away from home. So you would think the police would know who I am. I ran away from home because my brother was beating me up. But like I don't know exactly what the situation was with the police, like because like the general opinion like I kept hearing is that everyone thought that my dad was abusing me, but like my dad I never remembered hitting me ever, like my brother like would like knock me out, and so like I still think like because of the organized crime thing, like my brother thought he could do anything. My dad like he waited until I was over 18 or 7, maybe I was over 8. Probably I was over 7 or 6. I might have been over 6, and that's when my dad like really beat the shit out of me pretty bad, like it knocked me unconscious, like bloody, like my whole face was completely destroyed. And like at that time I didn't call the police because like I didn't want my dad to get in trouble. Like I was back home from Baylor, and it was right before I went back to school. And when I went back to school, my face was just completely like wrecked. Because my dad, like who was Private Joker from Full Metal Jacket. How do I know? He was the Duke in Vietnam. I don't know. He trained in Alaska. I don't know what I've been told. Eskimo Pussy's Mighty Cold. My dad wanted to write the Great American War novel. Like that was his dream. And then he gave up his dream because his dad died. But really, like my dad wanted me to know. He was the Duke, and he was John Wayne. I mean, you can tell once you watch the movie, it was him. My dad, like his old, but like that many people around him died from friendly fire. It turned out, because I think it wasn't so much about war as kidnapping and like prostitution type stuff, getting little kids to have sex for money, from Vietnam. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. There were no FBI agents in Washington, D.C. on the day of the inauguration, but I guess there were probably some people that informed the FBI. Thanks for telling us that. That was very interesting information. No FBI agents at all during the inauguration in that massive crowd. No? Great story. So some of you gamers are excited about me being a gamer. I'm not going to be a gamer. My mom, it sounds like she sounded like she was going to get me a PlayStation, and then I think she talked to my brother. He said it was too expensive, and now she's saying like I can spend $300, but I need Microsoft Excel no matter what in Microsoft Office. Like I think the reality is like I don't care. Like I'm kind of in a situation with my mom and like my brother where like I want to be mad at her. Like I don't want her to do something nice for me. Like don't give me a PlayStation. Please just don't give me a freaking PlayStation is like actually kind of the way I feel about her, because like she's like my best friend and like she's not. Like she's like my friend who has let me down, and like I don't want my friend to like not let me down because like I'm in that situation where like I am convinced that she has like actually let me down, where like she is like choosing a very like a child abuser, like I feel like my response was wrong to the not being able to get the PlayStation thing because I figured out how to get a PlayStation. I can just get a used PlayStation 4, or I can even get a PlayStation 4, and I can get used games that are like $5 a piece, and so I can still get a PlayStation. So, like I was mad at first because like it felt like like I don't even want to buy something at Best Buy, and I was like, well, fine, I'll just buy that, and then it turns into, well, you can get like a speaker or something, like, which I already have a speaker. Like I don't need a speaker, and like there's nothing to buy, and it's like I don't want you to buy me anything anyways. Is how I feel towards my mom, because like I really feel like she's done something wrong. Like I feel like what happened is like she knows she has to be on the cop side that much because she knows she's on the cops team, like in this area, like, and like she knows it's the feds, and like she knows it's like all levels of police. So like she knows she has to be on the cop side, so like she can't help me. And then like also like but still, like the way she's gone so far with like she's the one that's seen my brother beat me up. Like she's seen me hurt as a very small child. Like she's seen like the things that guy does. And then she knows about the things he does. And she still decides that like I am completely at his mercy when I'm the smart one. And I have taken care of her my whole life. And the reason is because the police did something wrong to me, not because I did something wrong to the police. And I've been like so freaking abused by these people. My mom would never turn on them because she knows like she needs them that much. Like she knows who she fears. Is she fears the FBI, I think. And so like it doesn't matter. Like I can go get a PlayStation 4, or play like do I think there's a difference? I didn't care before. I was down to go buy PlayStation 4 games. And like the moment I looked at PlayStation 4 games, and I was like, you can get one for like, you can get Battlefront for like $5, like Star Wars Battlefront. I was like, I'm not picky. Like I grew up on like Nintendo 64,